Hi and welcome to this week's instalment of my A to Z of wedding planning. Today we're on F, so I wanted to talk to you all about flowers. Now, who doesn't love flowers? I know flowers for me are one of my favourite things at a wedding, and they can really add and enhance to the whole sort of beautiful aura and sort of feeling of a wedding day. So when it comes to your flowers and thinking about your florist for your wedding day, I just wanted to give you a few sort of tips about what you need to think about. So choosing your florist. So there's an amazing array of some beautiful flowers and lovely people that work with flowers. But obviously, I had a little accent with my flowers in the background there. Yes, we're also talking about beautiful florists. When you're thinking about choosing your florist, do have a look around and think about what kind of florist that you want for your wedding day, because they all have their very own distinct style. So some florists work with very seasonal British flowers. Some will work purely with like flowers. They're very lots of their arrangements are very flower heavy. They won't use many foliages. They might kind of tightly compact their flowers, so sort of things very sort of glamorous, heavy on the flower sort of floristry. And then a lot of florists these days as well, you have rather more kind of looser kind of styles, sort of large big blousy blooms, so much more organic, softer look to them. And then you also get florists that actually just really love working with lots of different foliages and plants, so will be maybe much more stronger on the kind of foliage side of their flowers. So do have a little think, what kind of flowers do you like, and choose a florist that suits the kind of flowers that you want at your wedding. There's no point going to a florist that kind of specialises in the very floral heavy with actually you want something that's a bit more foliage heavy. So that's one of the first things I would say. Really have a think about what the types of flowers that you like at your wedding, and that the florist that you're looking at really does suit the kind of flowers that you want. Also, when you're approaching florists, do have a rough idea of what sort of flowers you want on your wedding day. So think about how many tables you're going to have, what personal flowers you want to include, and just have a rough list put together. And then I always say, do have a budget in mind of what you want to spend, but be realistic with it. Unfortunately, a lot of the wedding magazines sometimes give average costs of wedding flowers, and they can tend to be on the lower side. So do your research first. Have a look at maybe some florists will have a rough price list on their websites. Have a look around, see kind of roughly what you think they might be, and then kind of put a ballpark figure together, sort of being realistic based on the number of flowers you want. So obviously the more tables you're going to have, and if you want arrangements every table, then you are going to need a bigger budget. So that's worth sort of bearing in mind when you're approaching your florist. Also think about the types of flowers that you want, and think about the seasonality. It really comes into play. So obviously peony is a great example of flowers which everybody loves having at their wedding, but they do have quite a short season. So if you're going to have a wedding and you love peonies but you're getting married out of season, you won't really be able to get them. But you can import them, and they'll cost a lot more. So do have a think about chatting to your florist about what flowers are in season and what's suitable and available for your wedding day. Because if you have got your heart set on a particular flower and it's not in season, it will cost you a lot more. And then just think about where you want to put the flowers. I say don't try and spread your flowers too thinly. Sometimes it's better to sort of focus your flowers in one really beautiful, make an impact, a couple of real focal areas, rather than trying to spread it out everywhere in lots of little small arrangements. Well, there you go. That's my sort of quick top tips on flowers for your wedding day. I hope that was helpful. Remember, as always, if you have any questions, do get in touch. Thanks. Take care. Bye.